What's up guys, LA Gamer here, and today I'm bringing you guys episode 20 of my Timberwolves rebuild series. Now today we got something crazy going down. Now of course I'm going to be showing you guys the standings and all that good stuff, but when I checked the player stats, I remembered I wanted to trade Andrew Wiggins, and I did the most ridiculous trade ever. Look at this. We are trying to get James Harden and they do not seem interested, but we were going to try to throw in this first round pick and they say yes. We just have to do this pump up pitch. Look at this trade. Andrew Wiggins, Terrence Ross, Zach LaVine, and a 2015 first round pick for James Harden. Or actually a 2019 first round pick, way in the future actually, for James Harden. So I'm going to explain this trade, and the actual fact of the matter is this wasn't the most unrealistic trade. And although it may seem like it, there's a lot of reasoning behind it. So we're just going to be showing you guys the stats. We'll show you guys the MVP voting, as James Harden is actually leading it in just a second. But I actually don't want to discuss the whole trade until we actually get in the game, so I have a lot of time to actually discuss my reasonings for doing that trade. But either way, after showing this MVP voting, let's listen to the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here in our NBA on 2K Sports studio, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal at your service. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves come into this one after the win against the Nuggets at Pepsi Center. That game a high-scoring affair. We'll see if this one turns into a shootout as well. And as we reach the midpoint of the season, this is where you might find some rookies hitting that rookie wall. Was that the case with you in your playing career?
Yeah, because, I certainly was not accustomed to playing an 82-game season. It's mental as well as physical, but as a kid, we wanted to be here, so you got to battle through it. That's just part of the NBA adjustment.
Did you knock the wall down when you hit it?
I bust through the wall.
Oh, wow. I almost forgot.
That's the brick sound. Just send it to Kevin, Ernie.
Oh, you just did.
Alright guys, so of course we don't need to discuss my reasoning for doing the trade. I mean, I will anyways, but it's pretty self-explanatory. James Harden is the most deadly player in this game following the roster update. Now this may be controversial, but I really don't think there's much doubt if you actually played the game that if you've simmed a full season and used James Harden, he averages like 32, 8, and 8. Since the roster update, the game gave him like a 96 overall, 95, 96 overall, and he just dominates during the sim. And that's the type of player I want. Although I like Andrew Wiggins and he's a dominant player, he doesn't do that good in playoffs and stuff, so I didn't really want him. And just talking about James Harden, he's going to start off the game with a mid-range jumper to go in. But yeah, so let's discuss this trade a little bit. So first off, the Rockets are 4th or 5th in the conference, I believe, right now. And they aren't in a situation to be a contender just yet. They have a great team, but they still have work to do. So realistically, trading against James Harden isn't the craziest thing. So to explain that, of course, James Harden's probably the most dominant player in the league today in NBA 2K terms. I think he's a 97 to 99 overall. I'm not positive, but the guy is a deadly player. You'll see him hit tons of shots this game, and when you see the box score at the end, you'll see that he is a crazy good player. But either way, I mean, he's just dominant. So the thing is, he's like 27 or so at this point in the league, and the Rockets aren't at the point they need to be to win a championship. So they still needed a few years of work to make a championship run, and by that time, James Harden would have surpassed his prime a little bit, and he wouldn't be quite the player they probably would want him to be. And so they figured they just wanted to go a separate direction, go with Andrew Wiggins, a 21-year-old, 90 overall player, who honestly looks like the future of the league. The reason I'm willing to do that trade is because for me personally, I feel like we have an already contending team and we just want to add more depth to it. Because we could like 3P or 4P just because how dominant this roster is now. And all of them have pretty nice salaries that we can hold on to for a couple of years. So I'm really excited about the future of this team. So it works for both sides. And it's not like Andrew Wiggins is the only great player we had to give up. Zach LaVine will probably develop to about a 90 overall point guard. He's very young. We also had to give up Terrence Ross, who, I mean, at worst case scenario, will be a dominant bench player. I just didn't like him because I didn't like his shot. So I was actually completely fine with getting rid of him. I was a little bit worried. I mean, I didn't really want to get rid of Zach LaVine. But Andrew Wiggins, I knew how to go. A lot of you guys didn't really like seeing him. So I figured I kind of had to get rid of him. And so that didn't bother me either. Zach LaVine was probably the biggest asset that I didn't want to give up. in that trade. And then the first round pick is really not a big thing. I mean, let's be honest. My team is not going to have a top pick anytime in the near future because of how well this team has been rebuilt just by my whole entire roster and just the trades I've been lucky enough to actually receive and just the crazy draft, the crazy players that I would manage to get in the draft. Guys like JJ McGee and all those crazy players. Yeah, we just really got lucky with the rebuilding of this team. And a lot of stuff really did go our way. We didn't make that many mistakes. And when we did make mistakes in this series, we actually were able to turn them around by making some trades and all that good stuff. So, see right here, we're going to get a dunk with James Harden. So this guy, I mean, the guy's killing it. You've been watching the whole game. He's hitting threes, he's hitting mid-range shots, he's dunking. He's everywhere. He's even getting assists. I think by the end of this game, he actually reaches double-double or double-digit assists and gets a double-double. So he has a very dominant performance. I think you guys are really going to be, impressed when you see his box score. I think he only missed like 3 shots and took about 15. Or made about 15, only missed about 3. So he shot like 70 or way higher, like 80 or 90% from the field. And he was just absolutely dominating. And as you see, he's so good. Even Chris Humphries was able to get a dunk. Without James Harden, not in our wildest dreams could we have imagined Chris Humphries will ever dunk a basketball. But because of the power of James Harden, Chris Humphries was able to do so. And James Harden honestly made my whole team better. Like, you think one player can't change a team, and usually it can't. But in this situation, it really does. Because he had so many shots at such effective abilities that they actually had to start calling double teams. And with, like, the awareness and everything on my team, they were starting to cut, like, right over defenders and were able to get really nice opportunities to score the ball. And just because of James Harden having a good game, everyone was able to have a good game because they all got high percentage looks because they were stuck with wide open shots because everybody was trying to double team or triple team James Harden. And when they weren't double teaming or triple teaming James Harden, he was destroying people on the one-on-one ISO plays. So just a dominant performance from Harden. It could honestly create a dominant performance from everyone on this team. And that's the type of player I really needed. So I'm really happy that we got him. Now, realistically, it isn't realistic to get James Harden. I mean, let's be honest. This trade, there's some issues with it, of course. For the most part, it makes sense, but it's such a blockbuster trade that probably would never actually happen in real life. But the whole purpose of this channel and the purpose of just playing video games in general is just to have fun, and the fact that things don't have to be realistic. Like, I know that I should actually try doing a series sometime where it's just fully realistic stuff and doing all this crazy super realistic stuff, but for this, I really just want to have fun and just do these crazy blockbuster trades that you didn't think would ever happen in real life, because sometimes it gets boring. I mean, in real life, just seeing these, even the trade deadline, crazy stuff happen, but you didn't see any, absolute superstars get traded around. A lot of point guards got switched up and stuff like that, but it's not the craziest thing we've ever seen. Like, when you have a video game like this, you saw me do crazy stuff earlier in the season. We get guys like Paul George, Blake Griffin, and now James Harden. It just really adds to the fact that you can do some crazy stuff and you can just have a lot of fun just trading around players. So that was kind of my idea. Now, I understand this whole video is basically me just discussing the trade, but I figured it was such a blockbuster trade, it deserved a whole video just to have some reasoning behind it and just a whole topic about it. And if you guys are happy about the trade, just make sure to tell me. If you're not, then I'm sorry, we may have to figure something out. We could do some more trades and try to find alternative fun things to do. But either way, I think all in all, it should be a trade that you guys were excited about and all that good stuff. So I'm going to show you guys the box score. If you guys enjoyed, please click the like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of the series and what I do to make it more interesting in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe if you have not already to stay tuned to this series and other ones I got going on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.